Today I'm going to share with you an easy but delicious and stick to your ribs good meal, and that is boneless short ribs that are made in the oven. The first thing I'm going to do is to season the meat on both sides with salt and pepper. And this cut is referred to as boneless chuck short ribs. You can find this at your local supermarket. And I'm just going to massage the seasoning just to make sure it sticks to the meat. To my crock, I've added oil, and once the oil is hot, I am going to add the boneless short ribs to brown on both sides. Once the beef gets a nice crust, I am going to turn it over and allow it to cook on the other side. For this recipe, you're going to need to use a pot that's also oven safe because we're going to cook it. We're basically going to brown the meat on the stove top, and then we're going to slow cook it in the oven for about 2.5 to 3 hours. And I'm going to remove the pieces of meat and place them onto a plate. Next, I'm going to saute finely diced onion and celery. I will have the full recipe linked below in the description box. Next, I'm going to add minced garlic, and I am just going to cook this for about 30 seconds to a minute, stirring frequently so it doesn't burn. And once you start to smell that garlic, it's time to add your liquid. And I am using water, but you can also use beef stock or beef broth. To the water, I am adding tomato paste, and I'm also adding beef base because I am not using beef stock. I didn't have any beef stock on hand, and this is the alternative to that. And I'm just mixing that all together just to ensure that that beef base melts into the sauce. Then I'm adding bay leaf. I'm also adding some dried rosemary. I'm going to add the meat and all of its juices back to the pot. And I'm just going to nestle all of those pieces into the liquid. And I want the liquid to almost cover the pieces of meat, so I'm going to add a little bit more water. To that, I'm adding pepperoncini. I'm also going to add thyme and dried parsley. And I'm going to allow this to come to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn off the heat, cover it, and place it into the oven that's been preheated at 300 degrees. This is going to cook low and slow for approximately 3 hours until the meat is nice and tender. And I'm going to serve it up on top of these amazing garlic mashed potatoes. And doesn't that look amazing? And I'm just going to add a little bit of that jus, and all that's left to do is enjoy. Thank you guys for joining me. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.